Kia ora koutou. I'm Russell. I'm the part owner of, or co-owner of V1 Vegan with my partner Amanda. I've been vegan for half my life now, actually. I guess I became vegan at a time in my life where I changed quite a lot of things. I guess I was just sort of having a sort of coming to an awareness about the way that the world works in lots of ways. I had a girlfriend who was vegetarian at the time, and she started talking to me about animal rights and about what happens to animals living on farms. And really from there it was quite a quick progression to go vegan. You know, I realized that not buying meat but buying milk was sort of a little bit of a nonsense, and I didn't find it hard at all. I had a group of flatmates at the time. I was living in Auckland and we all went vegan at the same time, so it was quite easy and supportive. I'd left Auckland, I left a corporate job at the time, and just made lots of changes in my life, and maybe having that clear point of change made it easier for me to stick. Certainly it was a lot harder to be vegan then. It was 1997. You know, I ate a lot of Indian meals and a lot of Hare Krishna food and some Chinese food, but I guess in lots of ways I accepted that I was giving up things, and that was okay because there was a sort of ethical decision behind that. I didn't have expectations that there would be a vegan alternative for things in the way that you can these days. And so we did a lot of making for ourselves and just, you know, cutting back to basics. V1 came about as a way to find some work which is in line with my personal values and ethics. I'd been working at the District Health Board managing the junior doctors, and it was a fine job, but I really was feeling a calling to do something more in line with my personal views on the world. And I guess having a little vegan shop in Wellington is something that I'd wanted for a long time, and it didn't seem like it was happening, and so we stepped into that gap. It's been 3 years now that we've been running, and it's getting bigger and bigger each year, growing stronger. We've got a really cool community of people who come by frequently, and we're involved with people who are doing animal rights activism, and it's really cool. I like being a part of the Wellington vegan community, as it were, and obviously part of the Cuba Street. And so we have this space in keeping veganism accessible and visible on Cuba Street, and that was really important for me, that it was this proudly vegan space, and especially for younger vegans coming through, they can sort of identify. Definitely. But for me, always that those people at the core doing the work to make change is what's important, and I think that that's really important for people who are just involved in the retail or a sort of consumerism side of things, to acknowledge that it's good that it's out there, it's good that it's visible, but the real work is being done behind the scenes by NZAVS, by Black Sheep, by Hoo-Ha, by the people doing vigils, by the people who are doing the cubes, and for me that's very important to me that message is not lost, that the people who've been putting their hearts, their lives, their well-being on the line for these many years is what's actually made the veganism possible, and never would have changed. Even though now big companies are coming in and they see that there's money to be made, that wouldn't have happened if people hadn't have been willing to go through those difficult periods.
Absolutely.
Facing adversity. And so it's always been very important for me that that's a part of who we are as well. That we're vegan for the animals. We're not the other amazing side benefits are wonderful. It's good for people's health. It's good for the environment. But don't get me wrong. I'm so glad about that. But what's always driven my decision to eschew animal products of all sorts is that animals are not here to be used. They're not a resource. So that's what's. I guess we are trying to really fill this one-stop gap, which is getting increasingly hard as the market expands at a rocket speed. So we have a lot of snack foods, a lot of easy to grab and go stuff, lots of your basics as well for the apartment dwellers nearby, and for students who are maybe at the design school around the corner or up at Vic. We have some cosmetics, some personal care products, ready-to-eat stuff, vegan meals, pick and mix, because I've got some kids, and that was always a real
It's a fantastic idea. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Yeah, real sad when we go to the movies and you have to, it's all Skittles again, is it? Or, maybe the popcorn will be vegan.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, more than anything else, we're not a health food shop, but we do have some healthy food. We just want it to be easy for people to find stuff here. If you come, my son's gone vegan or my nan is going plant-based, what can I get them? I know they can come in here and I don't have to worry that I'm going to get slightly the wrong thing, or don't have to spend a long time looking at the labels. It's all being checked, and we really do triple check, because even our suppliers sometimes don't understand all the little pitfalls of the E numbers and this ingredient and that ingredient. So hopefully what we've got here is a really wide range of things which will appeal to vegans and plant-curious people. There's no hard rules, but obviously we favour any products which have got other ethical considerations behind them as well. So the lower waste, the better. We'd look at a fair treatment of the staff, the local products better than those coming overseas. But we do still, we still have gaps to fill, and so we want to make sure that some of the products are cheap as well, because when you start looking at zero waste, living wage, locally made, organic, gluten-free, sugar-free, palm oil-free, you can't also expect cheap. That's just the reality
exactly.
of it.
It's very hard to tick all those boxes, isn't
That's right, because when the product is cheap, you know that the cost is being borne somewhere else. Either it's the animals bearing the cost, or the environment bearing the cost, or the workers bearing the cost. But it's not, you can't just magically make products cheap. And so although people have that expectation, we try and make sure that we do have, as well as those products which are locally made and free from palm oil and free from plastics, and that we do still have products which are accessible for people that don't have the same budget. And
that's great.
For us that accessibility has always been key. We try and keep really margins are as low as we possibly can and still keep open, and that's really important for us. We'll never be able to compete with the supermarkets because the way that they work. I mean, I've learned a lot about the grocery retail industry, and we'll never really compete with them. It's just not possible with their distribution networks. But it's really important for us to be as accessible as possible. I hope that we continue to have this space as well. I think as the popularity of vegan and plant-based food grows, we definitely see a huge explosion at supermarkets and other stores. But part of that also means that the small vegan makers are getting cut out of the market now. So whereas it used to just be people who are passionate about it, who would stick at it even though they're slow sales and unpopular. And you would think that now those people can afford to do well. Unfortunately, it's grown so fast that the big players with the big money can just step right in. They can wear losses, and in lots of cases they're stepping right over the top of these small local makers.
It's a huge shame.
It is, and so it means that Nestle and Mars Corporation and Unilever are really eating into what I guess by all rights should have been the space that these people who have been working for years and years slogging away should have been able to claim its own.
Sure.
And so I guess for us as well, we can be that space for them too. So
definitely, that's awesome.
So we can have the little manufacturers, so we can have the mom and pop makers who couldn't supply every pack and save, or wouldn't want to operate on, because they lay down quite hard rules. If you want to play with us, then we make the rules, and so hopefully we can still be that space too.
Have you got sort of any top sellers, or what do you find most popular at the moment?
I guess probably quite typical in lots of ways. Like the candy is always popular. It's hard to find candy which is vegan, doesn't have gelatin or shellac on it. The vegan cheeses are always popular because they've got a good range, so people can get everything from like an all-purposes cheap cheese that you can use in whatever, through to the real high-end stellar aged cheeses from Crescent in Auckland, and and everything in between. And staff really know what they're using these products too, so they know what's good for this and what's good for that. And they have a real cool crew working here. They're all,
awesome.
they don't push sales or anything like that. That's never been our focus, so
just knowing your stuff and being able to help other people. Yeah,
that's right. And if there's something better somewhere else, then they'll tell you. You can go and get this somewhere else. So, there's no ulterior motives behind anything. We really try to be.
It's awesome. And if you have to tell your staff to stop singing while we're filming, they've got to be pretty happy in here, right? So that's cool. Have you got a particular favourite out of all the things that you sell?
Oh, do I have a particular favourite?
Put you on the spot now.
Yeah. Nothing really jumps to mind, to be honest. What do I find myself eating the most? I guess the Crescent cashew cheeses are really amazing. They make a brie, which is cellar aged. They make a blue, which is marbled. They really, I like that you can bust them out and people can't believe it's vegan,
Yeah, really check that out.
We've been trying to get some little unique products in from Germany as well, and that's working out quite well. I just try, I guess I try and keep abreast of what we're stocking too, so that I can recommend it to people. So I'm usually trying to look at what I'm not, what I haven't had, and then try and
you're a very willing guinea pig to try new things.
Yeah, that's right.
Great. It's got to be some perks of the job.
Yeah, totally.
Have you got any kind of message at all?
Just keep at it, be gentle on yourself. It can be tough with family members not understanding, or even sometimes you can get hassled by people out and about in the community as well, but take time to be gentle with yourself, to go slowly. Thank you, I'd say, on behalf of the animals. And as I said earlier, buying vegan is one thing, eating vegan is one thing, but if you can really get involved in the grassroots, that's where positive change can be made, and not just for veganism or for animals, but obviously also in terms of environmental justice, in terms of social justice, that we can believe that just you can buy your way to a better world, but really it needs people doing the hard work, and that consumerism won't solve everything.
Very true, very true. Oh, well, that's awesome. Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for your time. We look forward to having a look around.
Thanks, and fill your boots.
Hi, I'm Gareth from VeganFTA. If you've enjoyed this video, like and comment below. If you want more videos, head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Also, help us to create a vegan world together by joining us on Patreon. Thanks.